This from London this morning.
On this edition of Capitalize, we're looking at how Toronto-based Club Coffee has quietly and quickly become one of the biggest players in the single-serve coffee pod business. It is now set to become a pioneer, offering a fully compostable coffee experience. But with Keurig Green Mountain set to release its next-generation machines, how is Club Coffee gearing up? John Pigott is Chief Executive Officer of Club Coffee. He joins us now in studio. Hi.
Good morning, Paul and Pamela.
There's a lot happening in this space.
Sure is.
Why don't we talk first of all about what a lot of people are talking about, and that's the new Keurig pods, which are going to require people to buy a new machine if they want to continue using that pod. How does that affect a company like yours?
Well, the same way with everybody else. Club Coffee makes coffee pods for lots of customers across North America, and we use innovation, and we've done that with our compostable pods, and we will have a solution. Our products will run the Keurig 2.0 machine, and we'll have an announcement later this fall how we're going to do that.
So who are your clients? When did this the Keurig pods come off patent, essentially, to allow you to move forward?
They came off patents in 2012, but through some innovation we've done on our own, we'd actually developed a solution that didn't need their patents. And we've had a product in market for over 2 years that has 35% less plastic than the rigid cups that they use. And
what's it made of?
Today it's made of resins, but now with the compostable pod, we're going to be using bioresins made here in Ontario, developed in a partnership with the University of Guelph. It's 100% compostable, goes right in the green bin, because the consumer was telling us that they're not that comfortable throwing 10 billion pods a year into the landfill and the garbage.
Yeah,
we saw that, and I think that's a little bit why Keurig is concerned, and they want to close the system. There's innovators like ourselves that are answering what the consumer really wants.
My wife and I have never used coffee pods at home for that precise reason. We don't want to generate a piece of plastic garbage every time we have a cup of coffee. How big do you think that segment of the marketplace is?
It's going to be very big. I mean, there's another example of the kind of research that we were picking up anecdotally that the consumer was saying, I'm just not comfortable. I love the convenience of this. I get a great, consistent cup of coffee at home, like I do in restaurants, but now I feel better about it.
So what is the 2.0 version going to be? What is it going to answer?
Well, I got to give Keurig credit. They have developed a wonderful market here. To have 3 years ago, only 5% of the coffee that was consumed in home was single serve. Today in Canada, it's over 40%. Full marks to these people. But competition is good for the consumer. That's what we've been taking advantage of. We started off 2 years ago with one machine. Today we've got 14. We're exporting this to across North America. We've created 120 jobs in Northwest Toronto already, probably another 100 to come this year. It's a great story.
Who are your customers?
We've got over 50 customers across North America. I let their brands do their talking.
So this is coffee sold under other brands, supplied by you?
By us. Right. We're a custom coffee roaster. We buy beans all over the world, bring them to Toronto, roast them, grind them, pack them, and sell them.
But would we see them, for instance, in the grocery store aisles?
You'll see them today already in the grocery store aisle. Anything that's a soft pod or the round mesh.
Sort of a tea bag bottom?
The tea bag bottom. Right. We make that for a number of customers across North America.
Sobeys, Loblaws, Metro, all of them.
All those, and some other great brands across North America.
Right.
What else do you see in coffee trends? It's such a huge business. It seems to get larger each year. Where else is coffee going?
It's going premium. The Canadian restaurant chains have done a wonderful job. It's referenced this week with another story of convincing the consumer to buy a better cup of coffee. And now with the single serve, you can get that coffee at home conveniently.
Who makes something that's so thick it's like mud, jet fuel, almost like a Turkish coffee? Because none of them do that.
No, Turkish coffee is Turkish coffee.
Okay, but something that's heavier than... heavier.
Well, Canadians love what's called a long cup or our filter type of coffee, and it's really a North American phenomenon.
It is, I know.
Across the rest of the world are what are called espresso based.
I think you should introduce the European way of drinking coffee to Canada.
I like Americano. It's a blend of the two.
But coffee's a wonderful product. Everybody loves it.
Would you take this to the markets at any point?
That's always an option. We've been an independent Canadian company for over 100 years. We're proud of our being independent. We're proud of creating jobs in Canada. We have our role, and we'll always see what happens. When you're an innovator, you're always prepared to change. And I never know what's ahead, other than you want to take good care of customers and consumers.
What's your team like? You're an innovator, so you must have some people who work on a very technical side of things.
I'm not a technical guy. I'm just the old CEO who's a salesman. But we've hired some wonderful people that have innovated, and we like to work in partnership. What we've done with the University of Guelph, right in our own backyard, there was global leading-edge scientists there working with bioresins, particularly using Ontario-grown crops, and we're combining it with the coffee husks. And that's creating the ring that supports this product. So instead of throwing our coffee husks in landfill, we're actually using them in our packaging, all because of the innovation that Guelph has done. That's where we get the good ideas, is working with others.
And you believe that these are compostable in any Canadian municipal green bin program?
Not yet. Right. We have to work and convince each of the green bins. But we took our time doing this right, because we understood what the municipalities need. They need to have this product fully composted by 90 days. And that's what we've designed to do. We didn't come out with a 90% or a 70%. You had to do it all the way, and that's what we've done, and we waited to do it right.
Are there other people in Canada doing this? I know there's people who are working on, for instance, the wrappers that go around a granola bar or whatever that are fully compostable. Are there other Canadian competitors?
There's other people in the coffee business that are having other ways of doing this. There are lots of packaging innovation in Canada that's going on with other companies. And again, we've got some wonderful R&D in this country.
And do you have the sense that the consumer, I mean, certainly on the coffee pod side of things, but the consumer generally is quite concerned about packaging?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what we saw. That's what our research told us. That's why we've worked for the last 2 years to get 100% compostable, because that's what they feel better about. So there's more people like you, Paul, and consumers like yourself.
Do you expect municipal waste management authorities around the country to give gradually, one by one, to give the thumbs up?
That's one of the reasons why we're talking like this now, is to work with them and do it right.
Thanks a lot for being here.
You bet. Have a good morning.
That was John Pigott. He's Chief Executive Officer of Coffee Club, and he joins us, of course, right here on Queen Street in our studio at BNN. Coming up, Ford is ramping up production of its latest Mustang as the